Brett Kavanaugh. Okay, what he's done here is he went on Fox News to defend himself. He wanted to respond to accusations that he is a sexual, or he has committed sexual misconduct. It seems like the Coffee with Tim Black show just turned into a sex show, huh? Everything's sex. Tell you, man, it's like tabloid news we're doing here. Steve Kavanaugh has yet another accuser that says that he did something inappropriately back when he was a freshman at Yale. Here goes a clip of a conversation where they were discussing this issue.
Ford to air other accusations. Brian, what do we know? What is your assessment?
The headline here is that there is a second woman who is speaking publicly with accusations against Kavanaugh. The subheadline, very important here, is that it has not been corroborated to any great degree. In fact, there are people who have been named as eyewitnesses to this alleged incident who say they do not remember it. This was an incident dating back to to the freshman year at Yale. This student says she was at a dorm room party and things got out of hand. The story is up on NewYorker.com, and it is written by Ronan Farrow and Jane Mayer, two outstanding reporters who have been on this case for a while. I know Farrow has been out in California digging into this, as have other reporters in recent days, trying to encourage this woman to speak out. Apparently, she was quite reluctant to do so, afraid to do so, but this story has been making the rounds on Capitol Hill, both among Senate Democrats and Senate Republicans. So even though we're just hearing about this now for the first time in the last few minutes, this has been out there for a while, at least for several days, on Capitol Hill. And that headline of second woman is the key detail, even though I do think we should enter this with a lot of skepticism, given the lack of corroboration and given the fact that she did not share this with anyone apparently 6 years ago, for example, the way that Ford did. Remember, we heard about how Ford talked in her therapy sessions and told her husband about this alleged encounter back in 2012. There's no similar corroboration in this news story.
I mean, you bring up a really good point, though, because according to Ronan Farrow and his co-writer here, it's Jane Mayer, they say that they know of at least 4 Democratic senators who received information about this new allegation, as well as a couple of Republican staffers.
Kavanaugh is saying this is a smear. We can put on screen Kavanaugh's statement. He says this alleged event from 35 years ago, again, freshman year at Yale, did not happen. The people who knew me then know that this did not happen and have said so. This is a smear, plain and simple. Kavanaugh goes on to say, I look forward to testifying on Thursday about the truth and defending my good name and the reputation for character and integrity I have spent a lifetime building against these last-minute allegations. And Anna, that's the message from the White House as well.
I'm going to point out Kavanaugh, he went on Fox News, which is unprecedented, for a Supreme Justice to go on Fox News to kind of like try to clear the air. But, we are in the internet age. I'm surprised that Kavanaugh isn't tweeting or posting on the Instagram. Donald Trump has changed how politics is done, even though I know Supreme Court justices are not supposed to be political. Well, anyway, so there's some things that were gleaned from the Kavanaugh Fox News segment that I think are kind of interesting. Kavanaugh says, I am looking for a fair process, a process where I can defend my integrity and clear my name. Fair is the word of this interview. Kavanaugh says it more than a dozen times in the course of the relatively short sit-down. Number 2, Kavanaugh states that he has never sexually assaulted anyone, not in high school, not ever. This is a total and complete denial with zero wiggle room. Yeah, it is. I mean, if you say you never sexually assaulted anyone, ever, we all want to say that, right? But the problem with that is, what if somebody thinks you did and you think you didn't? That's where we are now, right? Number 3, all I'm asking for is a fair process where I can be heard. Hopefully that's what we'll get on Thursday when Kavanaugh and Ms. Ford sit down with the Senate Judiciary Committee and they're both able to speak unmitigated by the other, like they can be able to state their case. Number 4, Kavanaugh said, I never had any sexual or physical activity with Dr. Ford. Okay, so now some people have stated, I think conservatives, right, that maybe she was a pissed off lover. In fact, I think I played a clip for you last week when I was discussing the case of a news panel, I think CNN did the panel of these conservatives out of somewhere in the Midwest, if I'm not mistaken. And one of the ladies was defending Kavanaugh, saying, she probably just a pissed off, ex-lover who didn't get what she wanted from him. Well, that kind of throws that theory out because Kavanaugh said he never had a relationship and never had any physical or sexual activity. Number 5, Kavanaugh was very careful here. He said, I'm not questioning and have not questioned that perhaps Dr. Ford was sexually assaulted by someone in some place. So Kavanaugh kind of leads on that maybe somebody else did something. Okay, let me jump ahead. The rest is just mostly just denial. He points out that the women I knew in college and the men I knew in college say it's inconceivable that I could have done such a thing. I find that kind of strange because, how well do people know each other? I mean, inconceivable? Nah, it's conceivable. The allegation is not that Kavanaugh raped a woman. The allegation is not that Kavanaugh took off his clothes and ran down the street like Will Ferrell in Old School. We're streaking. That's not the allegation. And if you haven't seen that, you need to go see it. It's very funny. You can get it on Netflix or something. But my thing is, what she's accusing Kavanaugh of is not maybe he could say not exactly. Come on. But, I don't know, never did anything inappropriate ever. Number 12, check this out. When I was in high school, this is Kavanaugh. When I was in high school and I went to an all-boys Catholic school where I was focused on academics and athletics and going to church every Sunday at Little Flower and working on my service projects and friendships. Ladies, I want to talk to the guys for a second. All right, so if you just give us just a brief moment for me to talk to the guys, okay? Y'all gone? They gone, guys? What's this dude talking about, man? I'm calling bullshit on this one. This guy act like he doesn't even have a penis. It didn't work. He's never had a... What is this? Come on, guys. Come on. This guy, he said when he was in high school, where he was focused on academics and athletics and going to church every Sunday at Little Flower, working on service projects and friendships. I was raised a Jehovah's Witness, and I can't say this shit. So can we all agree, fellas, that Kavanaugh has protest too much and also him make himself look too much an angel? All right, ladies, come on back in. Come on back in. Thank you. I appreciate your consideration. Don't get mad. Women tell us to shut up all the time and let them have their own conversations. So anyway, a couple other things I think here. For the last 7 years, I've been coaching girls basketball. Ask the moms. I don't know if that makes people feel better, Brett. No one said you were a pedophile, dude. All right, let me see if there's anything else here. I just want a fair process, and I'm not going anywhere. That's the last thing Kavanaugh wanted to let you know, is that he's not going anywhere. He will not be run off by the Democrats, so these accusations that he say are totally untrue. So Kavanaugh's wife also sat there by his side and supported him, spoke out on his behalf, talked about Brett being a great guy and how he's a great dad, and this is totally impossible. There's no way that Brett could ever do anything that wasn't totally upstanding and great, and as he stated, Christ-like. And that just creeps me the hell out. So anyway, people are going to see I want to see how this plays out in the new Me Too era, how it plays out when a woman stands by her man when her man's been accused of stuff.